Hello, Patrick Stewart. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. Tonight, we jump back into the Superman series that my wife started with me a couple months ago with My Wife Watches. She's seeing Superman for the first time. First Superman she ever saw was Henry Cavill. We're rectifying that. We're now taking her back to Christopher Reeves. Now we get into my favorite Superman from my childhood. And yes, I know it's a bit cringe, it's a bit cheesy, but Superman 3 was my favorite. Shout out to my sponsor. I'm gonna keep this to under a minute. My sponsor is a website called Movie Palette, website right here. Movie Palette essentially takes films and they look at every film cell and they take the dominant colors from each film cell, figure out which color is that dominant color, and then that is the color that represents said film cell. In my favorite movie, The Crow, for instance, you will see a lot of blacks and whites and grays and some of the oranges and all the different little filters there. I don't even know if this camera does it justice, but I'm gonna tell you right now, this is beautiful. And I can hang this on the wall in my house because it's a beautiful work of art versus Brandon Lee painted up as a scary mime from hell. Don't think my kids are gonna appreciate seeing that on the wall, but this, rather tasteful, it's beautiful, it's amazing. And if you use the discount code, Stewart15, you get an extra 15% off your movie palette. But Jason was not with us when we did Superman 2, the Donner Cut. So Jason, come on in here, brother. We were talking to Marianne one time and she brought it. We were talking about Superman films and how many, how the costumes have changed for superheroes. We were talking about how Superman's costume has changed. And I love Henry Cavill as Superman, which I heard we're getting back.
Nope, wrong again.
But you can't take away from Christopher Reeve.
No.
Because Christopher Reeve he's what made us believe a man could fly. Him and Richard Donner, they did that. He's what brought it to the silver screen in a way that was like, superhero movies. We got them today. Look at where we're going. Now we take it for granted that people can fly in movies.
Well, now everybody flies in movies.
Oh yeah. The cool thing is I get to go back and look at these and see if the nostalgia holds up, and it honestly has. Like I was pleasantly surprised that Marianne enjoyed. I thought she was going to give the original, what was it, 1978? But anyway, I thought, given how old the original Superman was, that she was just not going to like it, like at all. And she ended up really enjoying it, except for the whole, can you read my mind?
What color underwear am I wearing?
I knew you were going to go there. I knew you were. I like pink.
I like pink.
But
pink.
This is where I think we're probably going to lose Marianne.
Well, they do kind of take some poetic justices with Superman in this one.
Yeah, they do.
But it was still a good movie.
And it's got Richard Pryor. I mean, come on. And this is Richard Pryor in his prime when he is, funny.
Yeah,
he's funny.
When he was, truly funny.
Yeah. Hi, honey. We're over here talking about you like you're
Hello.
not real.
I
she
know.
wasn't
I'm
5 feet
behind
away.
the camera.
Look at these colors.
I know. I saved this.
You saved this
for your favorite.
Yeah.
That's as close as I get.
Hey, thank you.
You're welcome. Star Wars came out in 77. Superman came out in 78. So. Thank you, IMDb.
I stand corrected.
Well,
You enjoyed the first one.
I did.
What about the second one?
I did like it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I've not seen the theatrical cut. I did get the full enchilada with the bad guys and the Donner cut and whatnot. But I liked it.
At some point, you and I
liked it.
will go back and watch the theatrical cut.
At some point, yeah.
I prefer the theatrical cut, but that's just for nostalgia. It's the first time I saw Donner cut, and I was like, what are they doing? Like,
It's been years since I've seen the Donner cut. I might have to go back and rewatch it, but I think you said it was almost like a completely different movie.
oh yeah. For this one, please keep in mind, much nostalgia. I haven't seen this one since I was a child. I'm going into this fairly assuming that I probably have way too fond of memories of this movie.
I haven't seen it in years either, so
Yeah.
I do know that I like this one better than number 4.
Oh yeah. number 4 is horrible. They should have never made it. It was just a cash grab. Now, question for you.
Yes.
Because Henry Cavill was your first Superman.
Yes.
So far, with what you've seen, before we get into cheesy number 3, with what you've seen from the original Superman, Christopher Reeve, and now Henry Cavill, who do you think has done a better job?
That's hard to say. It's like apples and oranges because Christopher Reeve kind of helped create it. So to say that Henry Cavill did a better job, I feel like it's unfair either way. I think they both did a great job, particularly for the time period in which they did the movies. So you had to tell the story a little bit different way, 30 years apart.
I think that, in my opinion, Christopher Reeves did a better job of acting But I think that when you think of Superman, I think you think more the build of like Henry Cavill.
Which would be Christopher
Yeah.
Reeve he got buff, bro.
Darth Vader
He
trained
worked
him.
out, yeah, Darth Vader trained him. To credit to my wife, she goes into it with the open mind of, I understand the methodology of storytelling was different, filmography was different, technology was different. I mean, she's rewatching Harry Potter as she's now reading the books for the first time. That's the Hogwarts Express.
I'm halfway
Choo,
through.
choo. But she can appreciate, like, she's watching the Harry Potter, the first one, and she's like, yeah, the graphics were really, I mean, for the time,
Yeah, I had to go
groundbreaking.
back and look. I couldn't remember what year it was.
Yeah.
And then I looked at what year and I was like, okay, for then it was pretty good.
So anyway, Superman, do you have any expectations as far as story goes going into number 3?
I'm hoping they get a little more depth into the characters because we're now in the 3rd installment. So let's get past her.
Good old Clark.
Sets it down and waves to it.
Somebody punched that window.
Well, also, it's got a sunroof.
He'd be gone by now.
I'm not digging the camera blur.
No. Distracting.
This is too difficult. Take the bucket off his head.
Which is naturally an S.
Can I go ahead and make my travel plan?
In my world, it means hope.
I don't have to tell you.
Others of us who have to go to Bermuda.
Pink is his favorite color.
Because she carries the bikini with her everywhere, right?
Don't you?
Yeah.
I carry my Speedo everywhere. It's on the truck.
I don't know, you can't tell about these fires. I mean, that fire, that's spreading like wildfire. Just a building burning.
Dangerous, Jimmy. Danger goes with the territory, Mr. Kent.
Right?
The man just got changed back here behind me. No, I imagine that.
Hey, how can I help? Get this man a helmet. Oh, shoot. Forget the helmet. How bad is it?
What's he gonna do? Climb down one at a time?
Two at a time. Really? Really?
I'm just gonna get a couple more shots.
Boom.
Yep.
Now, if I'm not wrong, isn't that the same lake where they filmed the General Zod walking across?
Probably.
When the dude was sitting there in the...
Really? Okay. You're right. Cheesy.
It's green again!
We're all good.
Hey, that man's a miracle. I mean, no, you look, wow.
Lana Lang instead of Lois Lane.
Gotcha.
Annette O'Toole, which is Lana Lang in this. She played Martha Kent in Smallville.
Clark already asked me.
I did.
Why was that us? Again, why was that us?
That added up quickly.
Mr. Webster, it's time for a massage.
Mouth's closed, ears open.
He's a big pig.
I can't have anyone with me. Unless, of course, he is a complete and utter moron.
Enter moron, stage left.
Well, I just think maybe Ricky doesn't need a bowling lesson in front of all the other kids. He needs a man to show him. I think he's doing just fine on his own. Here you go, Ricky. You give it your best shot. Okay? Here you go. Oh, sorry.
The subtle look, like the grin, it gets it every time.
Why would he want to see me? I mean,
He missing some half pennies.
You've been a naughty guy, haven't you? Come on, admit it now. You're a genius. A naughty genius, but what the hell? Nobody's perfect, right? Cheers. Fellow that can fool the computer can rule the world himself. I've been searching for a long time for somebody who thinks. Is a museum here, little zinc there, some railroads, some farm machinery. You follow me? I'm following you, sir. Aye.
you know, like...
You know, a wise man once said, I think it was Attila the Hun, it is not enough that I succeed. Everyone else must fail.
Seems fair.
Yes.
This is the first time I ever won anything.
On my hand, Maury.
Yeah, sure, but this is the first time I ever won anything valuable.
Let's get one with the sun.
Have some picnic. There's, some of that and, green stuff.
Oh, Clark, that's Buster's dog food. Don't eat it.
Come on, doggy. I was just thinking that
He's a dapper Dan.
somebody like you could do really well in Metropolis.
Could I make it in Metropolis? I mean, what would I do when I got there?
Superman.
Call me.
No,
Oh.
I would want. Clark, may I tell you something? My oil pan is leaking.
She has got real ADD, man.
See, there's something slipping.
Uh-oh.
I don't remember seeing those little sound things.
Because he can't fly when he's dressed like Clark Kent.
No.
Looking for him, no.
That's me.
Now where's the dog?
Right?
Yeah.
Mom! Thank you. Oh, I'm Lana Lang, and this is Ricky.
Nice to meet you. So long, Ricky. Bye.
Buster! Mr. Kent?
I see Superman every day.
You do? Could you get me his autograph?
I don't know. If I had a nickel for every time someone gets...
Yeah, what do you want?
We're in big trouble, aren't we?
What?
I said we're in big trouble. He wanted this special order installed in his office no later than tomorrow morning.
Now, you are really straight on ahead.
Follow me.
I'm right behind you.
What's wrong with it?
There's not enough vodka in it.
There's no vodka in it.
Yeah, perfect.
You never do pass out, do you?
Nope.
Wonder how much they paid to get that Kentucky Fried Chicken, though.
A bunch.
Both keys at the same time? Oh.
Oh my
I
goodness.
forgot about this. This is why I like this actor, because he just went along with it.
1, 2, 3.
It's Goldeneye.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a we don't talk about Bruno kind of day right here. On his own personal bunny slope. Complete with bunny.
Oh, I'm gonna get into that, you big silly.
You're a bad influence, man.
Do I?
I thought it was awesome.
Every time I drunk sobers up. You
Keep laughing in and he looked checked everything out right on his X-ray vision before he did that. And then, Mr. Ross, it was big.
They have all this money and she can't get her
Superman's
brakes done.
bad.
No. No.
It's bugging me.
No. Here, let me. Perfect. It's a perfect plan.
Kryptonite.
What? How would you know about that?
Oh, I know a few things.
So I understand from the graffiti I've seen.
Wait a second. Right. Kryptonite.
Jimmy Olsen fell from like 20 feet and broke a leg. He fell, you know, hundreds of feet.
Get a cape.
It was the skis, man.
Unknown.
Unknown.
This is like Jurassic Park, man. We filled it in with frog DNA.
Is that compound you ordered? Can't imagine what you want with it.
You already have the key to our hearts. Superman, may I present you
The key to the
with
city.
the key to the city.
And you better believe been bust open and the ink run out all over his nice clean pants. What? We all know we. A small token of our appreciation for saving us from a chemical plant disaster.
It's very nice. Thank you.
I asked you to kill Superman, and you're telling me you couldn't even do that one simple thing.
We go up to Marseille. Boom, 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 boom. How's this a bad plan?
Yeah.
There's been an accident on the Old River Bridge. A trailer truck crashed into the barrel.
Well, there's no rush.
The bridge.
Oh, it's okay. I always get there on time. You know, it's unusual finding a good-looking girl like you alone like this.
What? Yeah, I'd look at him crazy too.
Are you sure you shouldn't do something about the bridge?
Bridge. You're right. I have to get going. What can I do to help?
Not much of anything now.
If only you got here a minute sooner.
Womp, womp, womp. To bite my thumb at you, sir.
Assembly, 178.
He wasn't so mean and nasty the other day in Smallville. I mean, in fact, he was so full of niceness. I hate laying that big chunk of kryptonite.
7 days ago was
Take it,
this
this
torch
does not
has
end
been
well.
passed from athlete 170 miles.
Oh, the walk of shame.
Don't say that pure categories.
You know, you get your way all the time. And it's not right. Because I know I mean more to you out here doing things for you than sitting in jail doing nothing for nobody. These are plans, blueprints.
For what?
A computer.
Well, what will it do?
Anything I tell it.
What will it do for me?
For you, it'll do anything you tell me to tell it to do for you.
But you never get here.
Well, I hope you don't expect me to save you, because I don't do that anymore.
Don't worry. Don't let me keep you from anything.
I'm not in a rush.
So thanks.
I am.
When we're supposed to come.
Speak clearly.
I think she spoke clear enough.
I love that scowl on his face.
Right? It's like all his facial expressions just change.
My suit's dirty. I'm stanky. It's stanky. It's the Exxon Valdez. I'm gonna get me some Superman.
Back to the bunny slope.
Hi.
Always a saxophone.
Champagne?
Yeah, it happens.
All right.
I didn't understand as a kid what happened there. I was upset that he was kissing the wrong woman, and now I'm like, oh my goodness.
He did more than kiss.
Don't even care anymore.
Just leave him alone.
Suddenly Christopher Reeve has to play a completely different character. He's pulling it off well.
What are you looking at? Huh?
Excuse me, Superman. Maybe it's just sick. Superman, please get better.
That's what tar does to you.
That's what tar does.
What tar does. Don't drink and fly.
That's right.
He doesn't want fop, dang it.
I've noticed he let his hair go too. Hmm. 1985 CGI.
I can give as good as I get. Yeah? All right. Come on. Come on. Come on.
It's acid. And it's OSHA compliant because there's a sign there.
Yeah.
It's labeled.
What's the matter, Kent? Too warm for you, huh? Huh? You always wanted to fly, Kent. Now's your chance.
A long metal pole.
3PO! 3PO! Oh, you done got him angry now.
That's the secret. He's always angry. Oh, wait, wrong.
Yeah. He looks kind of like George Clooney.
Like that matters.
Ring the gag.
Sorry.
Do all of the glasses stay on?
Yeah, why not?
And they're not broken, so kudos to the lens maker.
Who do you work for?
Who does number 2 work for? So many jokes to be made with them.
It's clean again.
Quick solder job and it's good to go.
Yeah, it's gonna catch that oil on fire. Just saying.
Is he gonna go back and make the leaning tower lean again?
Have to wait and see.
Stop with the crotch shots. Stop.
No way. I just don't believe a man can fly.
Hey, look out, horsey.
You should just call it a horsey.
Yeah.
Honey, that's a jack.
They had time to install this.
Yeah. And nobody asked anything while they were doing that. It's all part of a computer, folks.
More? More?
Sit. 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 Help!
It's not a dog.
No! Baby! It's Daddy! Hey,
Hi, honey.
I don't know you, lady.
The other night.
It's very good.
You realize he can fly in space, right?
Right?
Oh.
That's kryptonite.
Yes. This time we got it right.
You're going to go down in history as the man who killed Superman.
No.
You take the whole thing down with a flathead screwdriver.
I don't know. The power is gone.
Right? Wow.
I can't. It's out of control.
It's feeding itself.
It's a Death
It
Star.
wants to live.
It's alive!
Unlimited power. I got a little sunburn. It's Event Horizon.
Well, this took an unexpected turn. Oh wait, the stuff. There's gonna launch a death cloud there.
It's a lava lamp.
A little more than a lot of that. Invincible.
Such dramatic acting. I think she won an Oscar for that.
Thank you, brother.
Did they just do the? Okay.
It's a diet of acid indigestion.
Well, what's gonna happen? We're the only two men who go out.
Yeah, because that's the way that works too.
Superman.
Just right. You already flew with him.
Oh, you don't know about me and Superman?
Would you mind settling for me?
Any day.
He wanted you to have this.
Brad.
Brad? Son of a bitch. Bye, Lana.
Oh, Lana. Lois, say hello to Lana Lang. Paul Bill's newest gift.
Oh, me too. I couldn't believe it when Clark gave it to me.
Good.
Clark gave it to you?
That's good. Oh, the poor guy.
You called it. Let's put this right back where I found it. Give it a cheesy grin. Come on, dude. Give it a cheesy grin.
He doesn't spin the world this time, does he?
No.
Thank goodness.
There it is. Well. We just got through to the Superman 3.
Superman 3.
Superman.
Oh my goodness.
Did I stutter? No. That was rough.
And the fourth one is worse than that.
Oh, the fourth one is unbearable.
I appreciate the warning.
I'm going to give you a little bit of background on some things that went down Superman 1 and 2, why we never got the Donner cut, because they fired Richard Donner.
Yeah.
Over budget, all kinds, just this big, huge argument.
Things
and,
happen.
Was it the Saltz brothers or whatever they call them?
I think so.
And
Richard Donner was the original Zack Snyder.
Yeah, and they Zack Snydered him out. Well, anyway, Margot Kidder, Lois Lane, basically let them know how horribly they had treated Richard Donner. Like, she was not okay with it.
Yeah.
So they marginalized her role in this one.
Clearly.
They sent her off and then brought her back in the end.
Much, but anyway.
But yeah, they got rid of her. To bring in, Lana Lang from high school, from Smallville. Long and short of it is that's why the movie feels a bit awkward.
That's why it feels awkward?
Well,
okay.
That's one of the reasons.
Yeah, one of the reasons.
That's fair.
but for me as a kid, it was that scene in the
junkyard.
Yeah, in the junkyard. I couldn't even think of it. All I could think of was Gone in 60 Seconds. That scene in the junkyard is that I always understood that as the fight wasn't actually happening, that it was happening inside of his head. I always understood it to be like more of an internal thing, and we got to see a visualization of that. So it was as a child seeing that, it was a big step for me to basically visualize beyond what I was seeing on the TV and understand it in a different way. I was like, oh, this is really an allegory for something going on. I didn't use the word allegory as a kid, but I understood it to be...
This represents something else going on.
Probably did.
Yeah. Probably did.
Yeah, you probably did.
So anyway, we are curious to hear what you thought of this one. He's got the eyebrow going.
He does have the eyebrow going. Yeah.
Rough.
It was rough.
Yeah.
The cheese level, as cheesy as I thought the first two were, no, this was rough. I felt like I laughed way more through this movie than I should have. To be honest, I couldn't tell what they were going for. Is like, are you wanting this to be a little more comedic, or are you wanting it to be serious? Because
I think they did
straddled that line more than it needed to.
I think they did want it to be a little more comedic.
That's why they brought in Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
So, which worked. That character was really fun.
Yep.
Really fun.
The standout for me in this one, Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
Hands down.
By far. That held the movie together, honestly. Yeah, this one was a lot harder to sit through.
So now are you going to go from this to Superman Returns?
Ooh, that's a good question.
You can make me sit through 4 because I know it's a write-off and it's awful, and I'm holding out because it's like I know there's more. Remind me. Okay, there's these 3, and then there's 4.
And then there's Superman Returns with Brandon Routh.
That's Brandon Routh. Okay.
But Superman Returns picks up where this one leaves off. Superman 4 it's not a part of the timeline.
Actually, I think
Gotcha.
in Superman Returns supposed to pick up where Superman 2 left off. Because at the end of Superman 2, now I haven't seen it in a long time, but isn't he and Lois together at the end of Superman 2?
Long and short of it is this: Superman leaves, goes off into outer space, and then Superman returns to Earth, and that's where we get Superman Returns.
Okay.
And then we reboot and start all the way from the beginning again with Henry Cavill.
Okay, so there's that few movies. I've been ruined. Like I went through all the James Bond, and it's like, and I got used to a character being played by like 10 different people.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so how many people actually have played Superman? So
Well, you got George Reeves, which was the TV show.
yeah,
And then you got Christopher
original.
Reeve, which is the
we're
movie.
one we're watching. Brandon
Yeah.
Routh.
Now, there's a lot of people that have played Superman on TV for TV shows.
Yeah.
We got Smallville.
I'm thinking more like feature-length
Tom
films
Welling,
is what I'm thinking.
Dean Cain.
Yeah, which I've never seen any of those, truth
Really?
be told. No, had no interest in it. I'm sorry, but all of these superhero shows, I have never found to be good.
Well, most of them are just Monster of the Week.
Yeah, yeah.
Smallville was done very well, in my opinion. I enjoyed Smallville, and it's funny, you go back and watch it now, and like look at the people that like guest starred in it, like before they were big. Like Amy Adams is in the first season. You know, the guy that's playing Reacher, Alan Richardson. He plays Arthur Curry in I think it's like season 4 or 5. There's 9 seasons of Smallville.
I mean, you've essentially, at this point, you've seen enough Superman that you can say, okay, I can compare this Superman now to Henry Cavill.
Yeah. And having seen this, I know exactly why they cast him. Because it's like I see a lot of this, like Christopher Reeve in that character. It's like I could tell he really pulled from it. Like it's its own thing still, but and honestly, I haven't seen those in a long time. So it's like I'm trying to compare based on like memories from years ago, even watching those.
Oh yeah, Brandon Routh. That's scary because like, especially that black and white photo booth thing. One of those photos is like a spitting image of Brandon Routh.
Yeah.
They even toyed with the idea when Henry Cavill left DC, that they toyed with the idea of bringing Brandon Routh back in to play Superman. I mean, in my opinion, the movie is not great, Superman Returns, once you get to it.
He does a great job.
But he does a great job.
He had big shoes to step into, and he did well.
I guess my thing with this one is I feel like the story was not written nearly as well. Like the plot was so weak.
Yeah.
On this one.
To me,
or
this
it
one
felt really
very,
weak.
Very rushed.
Oh, it was definitely rushed.
The writing I felt was weak in this one, and subsequently a lot of the acting was weak. Not necessarily Christopher Reeve, but I just felt like this was a much weaker film.
I really felt Christopher Reeve had a good depth of acting in this one.
Yeah, he had a lot more challenges in this one.
He got to play both sides of the coin.
Yeah, and I felt like he did that really, really well.
Now, all of that being said, I will tell you that at 42 years old, going back, this was my favorite Superman. I will tell you this one sucks. And my favorite Superman is one you haven't seen yet, which is Superman 2, the theatrical cut.
Yeah.
That one.
Watching this, I was thinking, like, knowing you liked this as a kid. As a kid watching this would be fantastic.
Yeah.
At least from our generation. When we were kids.
I totally didn't know Superman had sex with a snow bunny. That kind of blew my mind tonight. I'm like, Superman had sex? I thought he was a virgin.
Kind of like the end credits of She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yep.
Captain America.
Yep.
We digress.
We totally digressed.
I bring us down a whole octave.
Well, Jason, my man, how hard of a struggle was this for you?
It did not stand the test of time.
No, it didn't. He flew better in the first two than this one. This one, I'm like, nope, you're doing your feet too soon. And I felt like it was lazy. Like, we're not going to recut that. Just go with it.
Just go.
They know he's on wires.
They'll never notice.
Yeah.
It kind of felt like, have you seen Wonder Woman 1984?
I will never watch that. I'm sorry. Never. I've never seen Wonder Woman 1984, and that I am proud of that, and I will never watch it. I won't say you can't pay me to watch it. You could pay me to watch it. you could pay me to watch
You're
it.
not going to volunteer.
But I'm not. No, I'm not going to waste my time.
I don't blame you.
And I could have watched it for free.
It does have Pedro Pascal in it.
Don't care. Don't give a flip about
Now,
Pedro Pascal.
He doesn't have Baby Steve, but
I don't care. Heck, Pedro Pascal's not even Mando half the time. It's John Wayne's son.
That's true.
He's
just the voice.
I'm not saying Pedro Pascal's a bad actor, but I'm just saying I didn't know he was the one under the Mando mask. Didn't make a difference to me. Which one's your favorite?
Number one. Going back and rewatching number one with you guys, like it was like, wow. I remember. It's that movie to me. I think stood the test of time.
Yep, it did. Rate this one. Scale of 1 to 10.
I'd probably have to give this one like a 5.
Honey, which one so far is the best?
I liked 2 the best.
Okay.
And that being the Donner cut. Gotcha.
Well, where would you rate this one on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'm going to generously give it a 5.
Okay. And I love that junkyard scene, and I'm seriously gonna give this a 4. I am ashamed that I loved this movie so much as a kid. Yeah, that was rough. That was rough.
But I'm glad I watched it.
Yeah. So now you get some understanding going forward. We might actually skip 4 and take her into Superman Returns, and then after Superman Returns, make her watch 4, just so that she'll
appreciate
Henry Cavill.
Oh, okay.
Just so she'll appreciate Henry Cavill even more. Because I'm sorry, I get that there were some bad movies made after Man of Steel, but Man of Steel for me is objectively, in my opinion, and you can hate me for it, I think it's the best Superman movie.
I agree all the way up until the end. But he did what he had to do in the end. But no, with Superman, there was a line. He's the American Boy Scout. There's a line he doesn't cross, and the way I understand why they did it to appeal to a newer, broader audience. But at that point, it kind of.
They also too in that movie they made him like
he was a darker Superman.
Yeah, but they also made it to where that was not something he really wanted to do.
No, because he was crying when he did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or at least looking like he was crying. But
yeah. It's hard for me to look at Henry Cavill and not see the kid from
Count of Monte Cristo.
Count of Monte Cristo.
He is Albert de Mondego.
Yeah, that dude beefed up. I want to know who he's working out with. Well, thank you for joining us on the Superman journey. Y'all leave in the comments whether or not we should force her to watch 4 and then Returns, or Returns and then 4, because we got some time with the way our schedules work out. Well, y'all know the deal.
Okay.
Patrick Stewart, my friend Jason. My wife watches Superman 3 for the first time. She's digging Superman.
I am. I'm enjoying this series.
And you know the phrase, stay nerdy with it.